Oh yeah, Secret Santa. Chariots of Fire? What am I, 90? Come on, guys. Every year you get me a terrible gift. And oh, hey, how's it going? Near Mint Nerd here for the I Got Issues Network. Got a great Christmas haul for you. It's that time of year again. You know, I did my very first video ever last December. I did a Christmas haul last year. Kind of small. I was still kind of feeling my way around. This year, I know I haven't done a ton of videos lately. I did a Halloween live haul. I kind of moved to the live format because, you know, I was complaining I don't have any time. I know, sad. But I got my act together a little bit. I found a little time. So for this week and next week, I'm going to post a two-part Christmas haul. I'm going to show off all the Christmas comics I picked up over the last year. I'm obsessed with Christmas covers. I always buy them. If I see one, I buy it. You know, I got tons of doubles and triples because I just keep buying them. So this year, I put all the Christmas covers I got into one long box. I'm going to show you all those fun comics. Just have a good time here on Christmas. And that includes this year's new Christmas comics as well that I'll show you probably in part 2. But here we are in part 1. Guys, I think we're going to have a good time. This is an old school haul, not coming at you live. I'm actually going to do a little bit of editing. You're going to be able to talk to this guy. What? No accounting for taste. All right, guys, great to see you. Happy to be back. Let's get hauling. Or I guess I should have said, deck the halls. Well, live and learn, guys. See you on the other side. Hey folks, this is the Near Mint Nerd of Christmas Present, here to show you some covers. You just talked to Near Mint Nerd of Christmas Past, and after this you'll be talking to Near Mint Nerd of Christmas Future, although he's not really the Near Mint Nerd of Christmas Future because, spoiler, peek behind the curtain, I actually pre-recorded the opening and close at the same time. So really both the opening and the close are Near Mint Nerd of Christmas Past. Probably said too much, so let's dive right in. All right, so we'll start off with Marvel book. And these are not in any order, guys. I just have a big pile here. I haven't even looked through them, so I hope there's no doubles. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, man, it's a Christmas present to myself. Just the luxury of doing a video for you guys. Okay, so first up here we have Marvel Holiday Special from 1994. This is a pretty cool one. It's got stories featuring, like, if I remember, oh, it's right here on the side. I don't have to remember. Spider-Man, Mary Jane, She-Hulk, blah, blah, Wolverine, blah, blah, and blah, blah. Great cover, though. Look at that great cover. I don't know who the artist is. Again, no research went into this. I just I'm throwing this together. But, man, I love Christmas covers. Isn't that beautiful? Almost seems like Charles Vess. I'm not sure it is, but it has that kind of vibe to it. Like just, you know, the line work and stuff leads me to... Oh, wait, there's a signature. Can you guys read that? I don't know my glasses. Hang on a sec. Oh, it's all falling apart. Well, it's definitely not Vess because I know his signature. I'm not sure who it is. Anyways, it's a beautiful piece. My apologies and respect to the artist. All right, next up we have Archie's Christmas Stocking, a 65-cent beauty. Not sure what year this is from, but 65 cents, I'm going to say probably 1982, maybe 1983. Let's see what the gag is. The best thing about Archie's is that there's even a little comedy on the cover. Hey, Jug, Christmas magic is in the air. It's also on the roof, Archie. That's my impression of Jughead. That's how I think he should sound, and you all are going to have to deal with it. Look at that. Where is Santa going? Down that chimney? Anyways, this is going to take 6 hours if I talk crazily for every single cover. But I do love Archie comics. I do love Archie Christmas covers. What else have we got here? Spotlight Comics. Mighty Mouse and Friends Holiday Special. $2.50 cover price, and from the 80s as well, I would imagine. Let's see here, 1987. Yeah, man, comics were expensive in 1987 for us Canadians. All right, so Jim Engel cover. I love Mighty Mouse. What can I say? Can you name the other people on this cover? We got Heckle and Jekyll, of course. I'm not familiar with the banjo playing fella. Is he a dog? I don't know. Don't know that guy. But Mighty Mouse I do know. I'm a big fan of Mighty Mouse. I have quite a bit of Mighty Mouse. Not in great condition though. But do like this cover. Love Heckle and Jekyll. You don't hear much about Heckle and Jekyll anymore. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, special Elvira's Haunted Holidays. Ooh. And Elvira says, and then I want, because she's got a really long list is why. Look at the little elf there. Oh my goodness. What does she want? She wants shoes, articles, linear, more, new items for Christmas. This is a weird list. It's almost like the editors should have changed that list because it's a little weird. Anyways, there it is. Great series. I don't know if anyone else has read the Elvira series. I actually really dig it. A lot of fun. Cool series. They have a Halloween special as well, of course. And then I think it didn't run long, maybe 7 issues or something. Elvira's House of Mystery, that is. But this is a good book. 1987. This is around the time of her movie, right? The what was her movie called? I can't even remember, but it was in 1987. I'm actually friends with the writer of the movie, a fellow by the name of Sam Egan. He also wrote a movie called An American Werewolf in Paris, the sequel to An American Werewolf in London. And he also wrote this Elvira movie, and he's good friends with Cassandra. Cassandra's the name of the actress who plays Elvira. Anyways, I'm speaking out of school here, so let's move on. What else do we got here? Adventures of the Outsiders. So this is volume 2 of the Outsiders, I believe. Oh no, this is just later in volume 1 after Batman left. So this is actually A Christmas Carol. I think I might read this one. 1986, A Christmas Carol. Ostensibly, that's Ebenezer Scrooge, but I have a feeling because Metamorpho's involved that might be Simon Stagg. I'll have to read the issue to be sure. But all our favorites are here. Black. You got your Black Lightnings. You got your Katanas. You got your Geoforces. You got your Halos. You got your I don't know. There's one here I don't recognize. What was her name? I can't remember. And you got your Metamorphos. That's pretty good. I almost remembered all of the Outsiders. You gotta appreciate that. Next up, Spider-Man's Tangled Web. 'Twas the Fight Before Christmas. Really cool issue. I'm looking at this cover thinking right away that it must be a Darwin Cook cover. Correct me if I'm wrong. And R.I.P. What a tremendous loss in early 2017, I believe, losing Darwin Cook. What a bummer. Very underrated artist. You know, he doesn't get nearly the love of that guys like Adam Hughes and Art Germ get, but his covers are absolutely stunning. Just love them. And then Jay Bone wrote this. Fellow Canadian, I think, Jay Bone. I'm pretty sure he's Canadian. What else we got here? We got, some old school Valiant, guys. Solar, Man of the Atom. Is it Solar or Solar? I just read it as Solar. This is a pretty good run, actually. I like this. I have some Gold Key Solars too, but I liked this Valiant run of Solar. Here we have Solar and some villain next to the Christmas tree tied up. Reminiscent of that, what was that movie with Dennis Leary where he was like, is it The Ref? Was it called The Ref? That's what this reminds me of for some reason. Probably came out around the same time too. All right, I'm going to take these away, guys. Ooh, enjoy that empty white stuff there for just a second. Pretend it's snow because it's Christmas. And next up we have the Disney Afternoon. What's this? This was a 90s Disney comic before it was through Marvel before they really got their identity back with, the Disney line and the Gladstone line of Disneys that eventually cropped up. The license went to Marvel. Isn't that funny? I wonder if that, just thinking about this now, that Marvel was publishing Disney comics. There you go. How about that? There this was like 25 years before the merger or something like that. Anyways, we got Goofy, we got Max, we got, is that Darkwing Duck there? And this was a fun little title. I think I've got the complete run. It wasn't very long, not too many issues. I always like Goofy. I always loved Goofy in the comics. He didn't, Goofy didn't actually have that many of his own solo cartoon back in the day. So it's nice to see him represented in the comics. This one's actually worth a little bit of money. I just kind of realized. Superstar Holiday Special from 1980. Dollar cover price. Beautiful. Beautiful cover. Isn't that awesome? Is this Jim Aparo? I want to say Jim Aparo. I don't see a signature. Just guessing. Kind of looks like that era of Batman, though, with Jim Aparo. So we got Superman. We got... I was going to say the Three Wise Men, but that's Cain and Abel, right? The owners of the House of Secrets and the House of Mysteries. House of Mystery. One mystery. Not plural. We got some Jonah Hex. Is that Sergeant Rock there? What an interesting comic. What an eclectic cast, as they say. This is a neat comic. I'm not sure I've actually read this comic, and now I'm kind of eager to. But I'm not going to end the video and do that. I'm going to keep plugging away and enjoying ourselves. Oh, here's a great team-up. DC Comics presents Superman and Santa Claus. DC Comics Presents is basically the DC version of Marvel Team Up. Or I guess, I'm not sure which one came first. Actually, this Marvel Team Up definitely came first. But here we have Toyman and his toy soldiers. I guess he's got to team up with Santa. So I guess in the DC universe, Santa Claus is canon. That's interesting. Anyways, I love this title. I love it. So many great... I love anthology titles, especially when it's an anthology that is, centered around one character. And I use anthology not in the sense that there's several stories in the book, but that each issue kind of has its own mythology and story. And then in the next issue, even if there's a cliffhanger, it'll move into the next team up. So this one, he's teamed up with Santa, and it's weird that Toyman was such a classic Superman villain since he's like so depowered, but there you have it. That's awesome. I'll leave that here. Leave that here for a second. Just admire that. Let's just admire that, shall we? What else we got here? We got Impulse. A couple of DC books in a row there. Which ones are from... Oh, look at them. Look at Impulse. Look at little Bart Allen ripping into those presents at super speed as Max Mercury and his wife, Miss Mercury? I don't know who she is. Or is that... Yeah, no, I don't think so. Is that Iris? No. I'm not sure. Anyways, I kind of miss Impulse. I have the whole series of Impulse, and I have his first appearance in Flash, and I have the series of the regular title Flash that ran 12 issues, where Bart Allen became the regular Flash, and then he got killed off by the Rogues in a brutal issue. And then he disappeared. Once they rebooted, I think he just disappeared. I don't know if in the new universe, in the 52 universe, he appeared. I thought there was some story about them going looking for him, maybe, or maybe that was the new Kid Flash. I don't know. But I miss Bart Allen. I miss Impulse. He was a big part of, not my childhood, because I'm a little older than that, but late teens, early 20s is when he kind of emerged. All right, what else? We got X-Files Christmas special, and you can see the faces of all our favorite X-Files characters in the bulbs there. Oh, isn't that adorable? I don't have a lot of IDW X-Files. I have mostly the Top series. I probably have a full run of that, which used to be worth a pretty decent amount. But in recent years, it's really kind of just, it's not worth anything anymore, which is a shame because it's a pretty cool series. I did read this one, though. I don't remember it being very good. That's a shame. What else? We got Hulk, Red Hulk. Oh, it's a variant cover, guys. Look at that variant cover. It's Red Hulk Santa, Rulk, as he was. Oh, there's me in the reflection. Hey, hi everybody. Hello. Red Hulk, there he is. There's the man of the hour. And he's got coal everywhere. That's all he gets is coal. Poor Rulk. Here's one of my favorite characters of all time. The Tick the big Yule log special with little Arthur in his hands like a nativity scene. Oh, that's adorable. I love that there's still this HA on the moon. That's from one of the very first issues of Tick from the mid '80s. There was a villain called I believe his name was Chairface Chippendale. Definitely Chairface. And his evil plan was to write his name on the moon. And he never made it all the way through. He only got the C, the H, and the A done before the Tick beat him. I just don't know how, in this version, that H and A is massive. So I don't know how he planned to put his whole name on there. But that was a hilarious story. I love the original Tick. I love, Night of 100 Million Ninjas, the first story arc. I love Chainsaw Vigilante. I love Man-Eating Cow. I love Paul the Samurai. I just love this world. And I love that it's back. It got another shot on TV, but it's not really, besides Arthur and the Tick, it has nothing to do with the comic mythology, which, why not? Why don't you have Chainsaw Vigilante? Where is Chainsaw Chippendale? Or, Chairface Chippendale. Where are these guys? Let's see them. Man-Eating Cow? That would be hilarious. I think that's really what's missing from the new show. I got another Superman here. Just from his regular Superman title. Oh, it's a newsstand. Got the it's got the price variant there. Superman versus I believe that's Parasite, although he doesn't quite look like the modern Parasite. I'm just guessing because he's purple and green. That's the Parasite color scheme. Getting bashed into a giant Christmas tree. I wonder if this is supposed to be the New York Christmas tree. I don't know. Probably not. They're probably in Metropolis, right? Anyways, it is Parasite. Oh, I watch, when I grab the cover, I'm watching through my iPad. So I was looking at it like this. And then, it's Parasite. Of course it is. It says right there. The Man of Steel in a Yule duel with the Parasite. Cool comic. I don't think I've read that one, obviously, since I wasn't sure it was the Parasite. Here's some books I love. I love the Gemstone run of both Walt Disney Comics, and they also did Uncle Scrooge. This is Walt Disney Comics and Stories. They did these great books. They were expensive, $6.95 US, so about $9 here in Canada. But they're thick, 64-page, square-bound, prestige format books. I bought a whole mess of them for pretty cheap, and they are a great read. They're beautiful inside. The covers pop unbelievably. I'm going to open this one up. I want to just show you this. I want to show you just the fabulous paper stock they use in these. Wonderful cover, too. Oh, God. Look at that. Beautiful. That's funny. I love Disney. I love the ducks. Look at this. You're going to die. Look at that. Look how crisp and beautiful. And there's classic stories, so you're getting like a mix of... This is Walt Disney Comics, so you're getting a mix. In this one, it's an anthology, so you're getting a Donald Duck story, a Mickey Mouse story, Big Bad Wolf, Horace Horsecollar. How often do you get a Horace Horsecollar story and a Pluto story? And these are all Christmas stories. Just, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Some of them are classic old stories. Some of them are newer. Look, there's a nice Chip and Dale story here. Just beautiful, crisp art. If you have kids, these are perfect. If you see these in the $1 bin, the $2 bin, snatch them up, man. That is great value. Look at that. Horace Horsecollar. How often do you see this guy? Almost never. That is gorgeous. All right. Look at me fawning. This is why I love comics, man. I'm actually I want to turn this off right now and read this comic. That's how much I love it. And now I've kind of made a mess of this one. Made a mess of the tape. I'm just going to put this aside so you don't have to see my folly. I got another Archie here. And remember, this is only part 1, guys. I got a part 2 of this coming at some point. Archie's Christmas Lovin'. Archie passed me the sugar plums. Sorry, Reggie. I saw them first. Oh, the sugar plums are Betty and Veronica. I'm not sure that little gag would quite fly in 2017, but we're enlightened folks here, and we know it's just kind of cute, right? There's Jughead eating as always. I've always been a Betty fan. I mean, I like Veronica. I like that. They're both really fun. But when I was a kid, I always thought Betty. Like I was like, oh, if I had the opportunity to date these two women, I'm Betty all the way. Betty all the way. I guess I just like the good girls. What do we got here? Hitman. There's a nice cynical Christmas cover. We got Santa with a gun in his mouth. This was, what was this? A 60-issue series by Garth Ennis and McRae. And this character, Hitman, was created, I believe, in Demon, one of the Demon annuals. One of the very few, maybe the only annuals that actually has a little value, strangely enough. Anyways, this was a fun series. I think it gets a little too much love. I prefer Preacher, stuff like that. This was okay, though. What am I talking about? I didn't love Hitman as a series. I thought it was a little too chaotic, as Garth Ennis can be. Or Garth Ennis, I don't know how he says it. Another Archie. Oh, we're on an Archie tear today. Bring on the presents, Santa. How do we tell Archie that someone made Santa's naughty list? This is one of the more modern Archies, so it kind of loses the cover gag, and it's like a little bit more modern. I didn't really like it when Archie kind of modernized itself. I prefer that, he drives a jalopy forever. That's just me. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, love this series. Top 10. Drive carefully this season. A little bit of Santa Claus here. I love Top 10. I think this is one of the best things that Alan Moore ever did. And that's saying a lot, considering that this is the creator of Watchmen. But Alan Moore and Gia Ha and Xander Cannon did such a great job with this title. I think it only ran around 10 issues. They did a reboot that ran a few issues, but Alan Moore wasn't involved. Alan Moore did write a spin-off original graphic novel called Top 10. The name dropped out of my head. The 49ers, I think. But I really love the original Top 10 series. I liked America's Best Comics a lot. Loved Tom Strong. I really wish it continued in some form. And now it looks like DC may be picking up those characters again because Tom Strong is named in like the solicitation copy of one of the new titles. We got Flash, number 87. It looks like Christmas in Miami or something like that in a warm area. This is during the amazing Mark Waid run. Mike Wieringo on art. R.I.P. Another amazing artist we lost. We lost him probably 12, 14 years ago. But dang. I hate that. He was young too. Mike Wieringo died quite young. I think I'm in my early 40s. I think he was in his either mid or late 40s. I want to say 46, 47. That is too young. He had a massive heart attack at his drawing table. He had heart disease and nobody knew it. He had no idea. He was a very healthy guy, very slender guy. Just an absolute tragedy. I just months before he passed, I had him do a Jay Garrick Flash sketch for me, which is still on my wall. Really special to me. Anyways, this is one of my favorite titles of all time. The Wally West run of Flash. Really miss Wally West. I'm not liking him as much in the new Titan series. I want him as the Flash. I'm just not as big a Barry Allen fan. I'm not a guy who just follows the costume. I follow the guy inside the costume. So that was devastating to me when they pulled Wally West because I grew up with Wally West as my Flash. Here's an independent book from Dorkstorm called Nodwick. Don't know much about this. I just grabbed it for $1 because I collect Christmas covers and it was kind of cool. I don't have any knowledge at all really of this title or or Dorkstorm. I don't know what else they do. Do they do those the Knights of the Dining Room Table or something like that? I don't know. Marvel Age, the book that only cost $1. It used to be like 25 cents because it's like 4 pages long, and 2 of those pages just list what comics are coming out. I used to like this comic though because this is an age before internet. So if you wanted to hear about upcoming comics or read interviews with artists and stuff, this is where to do it. Love this Sergio Aragonés. Hope I'm not butchering his name. I've always said it like that. Sergio Aragonés. Love Gru. Huge Gru fan. Love his other stuff too, but Gru, I have the complete series. Just love it. I love this cover too, where all of Gru's enemies are hiding in the Christmas tree. Just hilarious. I'm shocked that they haven't made a Gru movie yet. Wouldn't that be a great CGI movie? Like, what are they doing? Why haven't they made that movie? I think I may have heard a while back that it was maybe being thought about, but it seems like a no-brainer, man. It's like a funny version of Conan, CGI. I don't know. What are they thinking? Maybe it's too violent. I don't know. We got Mickey and Donald. This is from an earlier era of Disney Comics, the Gladstone. Not that much earlier, though. The Gladstone, I think they did this in the late 80s, or mid-80s, around there. Not quite sure. I know Gladstone made a comeback in the 90s, but this is even before that. What's going on this cover? Oh, it looks like, Donald's trying to grow the Christmas tree from a little seedling. He's got his plant food and his water. Mickey's not too sure that's a good idea. Oh, Donald. I think this one's from last year, maybe the year before that, but I think last year it's the Power Man Iron Fist Sweet Christmas Annual #1. This is the variant cover. I guess the only thing that makes this a Christmas cover is the fact that it says Sweet Christmas on it. I don't even know if it's a Christmas issue, but they're making snow angels. I figure that's close enough. I love the original Power Man Iron Fist series. I haven't really kept up with it though. All right, what do we got here? Oh, I love this. I love this. Not just because it's Joe Kubert, and man, is that just an adorable Rockwellian style cover. Couldn't you see this on the New York Post? Very Norman Rockwell. This is Unexpected, number 220. Oh, and it's a $60 price variant with the barcodes telling us it's a newsstand edition. I love these horror titles. Yeah, maybe for a themed haul coming up, I'm going to show you. I have like almost a full run of Ghosts from DC. I have a lot of House of Mystery, a lot of House of Secrets. I have a lot of Unexpected. Just all these horror anthology books. DC did most of them. Marvel had their own line, but most of the ones I own are DC because I grew up as a DC kid. But man, I love that. I love that cover. Love that. Love that comic. We got Walt Disney's Christmas Parade, Gladstone Giant, #2. This is a big fat one, guys. This is really cool. Real sad, though, that they cut down that bear's home, apparently, and he's coming home with him now, but maybe bears shouldn't live that close to, a civilization. I don't know. I'm trying to remember stories from this one, but, they all kind of blend together. But this is a good one. It's a goodie. I could read these Walt Disney Christmas stories all day long. Just love them. We got Flash Gordon, 40-page holiday special #1 from Dynamite. Don't think I got much of this. I have the Flash Gordon from DC, and I have some Flash Gordon from Gold Key, I think. I didn't really collect this Dynamite version, but I did find this for $1 in a bin. Likewise with Grimm Fairy Tales Robin Hood 2015 holiday special. Don't read a lot of Grimm's Fairy Tales. I always thought it was a little too cheesecakey for me. Like, I wasn't sure the substance was there. But someone told me once, yes, it's kind of like the covers are a little cheesecake, but the stories are actually pretty decent, and they have strong female protagonists. I'm all about that. So I've actually been kind of going back and picking some of these up and really enjoying them. This one's Robin Hood versus Krampus. Isn't that awesome? Krampus is my new holiday classic movie, man. Just saw that. Great movie. Love it. Also saw Better Watch Out, another new kind of horror thriller movie that's kind of like Home Alone, but a really nasty Christmas version. Oh, man. So much fun. Check it out if you can. We also got Quantum Leap, #3. Love the show Quantum Leap. There he is. There's I'm trying to remember their names now. It's been so long since I have the box set, the TV box set of this. Was Sam? Sam was this guy, right? I can't remember his name, but Sam was his assistant. But you remember him? He was one of the captains. He was the captain of the Enterprise, the Star Trek Enterprise. So Captain Archer. But for whatever, I can't believe his name just dropped out of my head. This is what getting old does to you, man. I can't keep things in my head anymore. I can't remember anything. That's not a problem that a little fella named Alf has. I love this series. I love Alf. I love the show. I just we just got Amazon Prime TV here in Canada, and it's got the first season of Alf on there, and I like every night I watch a couple episodes of Alf. It is a guilty pleasure from my childhood, and I absolutely dig it. But this is a really cool little winter cover. I got a bum rap. Ha! That's my Alf impression. Hey Willie, I ate the cat. Ha! No problemo. All right. I'm not an impressionist, but you know, that's what you get. What else we got here? The Last Christmas by Gary Dugan and Brian Posehn. I believe that's your Deadpool team, isn't it? And Gary Dugan, I think now is on Guardians of the Galaxy. Rick Remender's in there too. Hilary Barta. This I'm not familiar with this. I just got it out of the dollar bin, but it looks pretty violent, pretty gory, pretty cynical. But that's okay in doses, you know. It's got a bad Santa vibe, I guess. Or what was the Santa movie at the starting of the movie Scrooged? You remember? It starred Lee Majors, and it was like the day Santa went crazy or something. I can't remember. Or North Pole Massacre or something. I can't remember, but it was great. I love Scrooged. I love the opening of that movie. Oh, this one's the most relevant comic I think of all. It's Grant Morrison's Happy. This is issue number 2 of 4. Derek Robertson. And the TV show just started. I think the first episode just came out. I haven't watched it because I'm not actually sure where it airs in Canada. I might have to wait till it comes onto the Apple TV. But I really love this dirty old grungy Santa, and the fact that he's got like, oh, there's me again, hi. He's got this like eyeball poking out of his sack. That's pretty freaky, man. Oh, good times. Don't worry, guys. I'm almost done. I know you want to get to your Christmas dinners. Here's another Santa with a gun, another cynical cover from Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 112. During, by the corner box, we see that it's during the black costume era. You better watch out, says Santa. Remember when Marvel characters used to be able to smoke? Remember those days? Yeah, long gone now. Good issue, though. I do like that one. There's another famous one, too, that I showed last year. I'm not going to show it again, but it's the one where Santa is, or where Peter Parker is getting booted out of his house on Christmas. The McFarlane cover, and there's a Santa next to him. Love that cover, too. We got DC Universe Holiday Special from 2009. Dustin Guyon. I'm saying Guyon. I'm not pronouncing it. It's like Guyon is how it's spelled. I'm saying Dustin Guyon. If I'm wrong on the pronunciation, my apologies again. But I'll tell you, I love his art. Absolutely beautiful. It's like, watercolor paint, inspired. I'm sure he didn't actually make it with watercolor paint. I can't be sure about that, but I'm pretty sure it's just kind of that's just the style. But man, what a gorgeous cover. It's nice to see Huntress there in the front lines. Red Tornado. Garth, Beast Boy there. Changeling, I don't know what he was called during that era. What else we got? Speaking of Beast Boy, here's a bunch of Beast Boys. The Troll Lords. It's Christmas at the Troll House. Do you remember this title? This is one of those 80s alternative titles that came out during the indie boom that was inspired by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course. I'm going to show you another one here that was inspired by them. But they did, there was like just a boom. Like, that's when Boris the Bear came out, and it was like all these weird animals and creatures all had their own independent comics. It was a crazy time. And a lot of these books were worth a lot of money, and they've all died off now. Nothing's worth anything anymore. But that's okay. They're worth it to me because we get to read them. Here's another one. Black Belt Hamsters. 3D with 3D glasses included. I don't think the 3D glasses are in here, though. I'm not sure. I doubt it. I got this out of a dollar bin, so probably not. There's Santa sneaking in. Hold it, Clint. It's only Santa. Oh, no. Yeah, this was one of the... this wasn't just an indie darling. This was just a blatant ripoff of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there were a whole ton of these. There was like Hamster Vice. There was the cold-blooded chameleon lizard mutants or something. I don't know. There was like just dozens of these rodents had their own title all of a sudden. It was really egregious ripoffs. But I gotta say that a lot of them were a lot of fun. These indie artists had a lot of fun. And although now, as a creator, I would be pretty, a little mad if people ripped off my ideas and used thinly veiled allegories for them. But at the same time, what is it they say? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I guess that's true. Something to that, I guess. All right, what do we got here? Richie Rich, the poor little girl, rich boy, and his girlfriends. And his girlfriends, he's like 10 years old. Well, I guess when you're a billionaire, right? You can, I don't want to say Donald Trump's little catchphrase there. You can grab them by the, hair, I guess? I don't know. Billionaires, though, I guess even young ones have no trouble getting trees full of the ladies. Although, is that little Lotta in there? I didn't know she was one of his girlfriends. There's little Audrey, I think, and Gloria, and what was her name? It was like Mona Money or Lotta Money or Lotta Cash or something or Little Lotta. That's Little Lotta. I don't know. I can't remember. It's like Mora Money or something like that. You guys will tell me in the comments. Anyways, I love Richie Rich. Richie Rich used to be one of my favorite comics when I was a kid. I absolutely loved it. And when I read it now, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, what is this kid doing? He could solve any problem in the world with his money, but instead he does these stupid inventions and has robot dogs, and I don't know. I'm too old and cynical now to enjoy it like I used to. When I was innocent and young, they were just fun stories, and I really kind of it was great wish fulfillment, I got another indie title here. I've got Mystery, or Mystery, as it's kind of supposed to be, it's a mystery. This is Renegade Press. This one's dinged up quite a bit, but I bought it anyways because it was, I think, in a quarter bin. A Christmas Tree. I love mystery comics. Max Allan Collins is a guy that can't be beat there. Lots of great stuff. Did really like this comic, actually. I read it a few days ago. I have a lot of Mystery, actually, and a lot of it doesn't hold up. A lot of it's not very good, but I did like this issue. What else we got here? I'm almost done, guys. Almost done for this part one. Captain Atom, number 13. It's a Captain Atom Christmas party, I guess, down at the bar. Is this before he was able, was he stuck in this form at this time? He couldn't turn back into his regular self? What's his name? Nathaniel? I used to like this title a lot. This title, this character just can't get anything going. Every time he gets a title, it just dies. No one buys it. It's a shame because I like the character. Really, he's the inspiration for Dr. Manhattan. I don't know if you know that, but I'm sure you did. You're into comics, so of course you did. But Alan Moore, back when all these guys were part of a different comic company. What was it? Why everything falls into my head now? Charlton, right? Charlton Comics. Blue Beetle was there, and didn't he become the Owl guy? And so all these guys were, all those Watchmen were allegories for these characters. Rorschach, of course, was the Question. But then weirdly, all those characters from Charlton ended up coming over to DC anyways. So a little confusing there, but good stuff. So I've got a few more to show you, and then I'm out. But I've got the Gwenpool Holiday Special. And then I've got an alternative cover of the Gwenpool Holiday Special with Miss Marvel. And I've got an alternative cover of the Gwenpool Holiday Special with, I assume, Hawkeye and Deadpool and Hawkeye. So I don't know how I ended up with 3 of the same comic with different covers. I guess just by virtue of if I see a Christmas cover, I bought it. And I bought these at different times. And I have a pretty good memory for what I bought. But because the cover was different, I suppose I didn't realize quite as easily that it was the exact same comic. I don't typically buy doubles, but I did there. I bought triples. And finally, we've got the Harley Quinn Holiday Special from the New 52. This is from 2015, not that old. Beautiful Amanda Conner cover. Just love it. I'm surprised it's not a Cho cover, right? It's like almost the same sort of pose and idea you get from a Cho cover, but I don't mind because I think Amanda Conner does an absolutely beautiful job. I wonder what she's getting though. I wonder what that present's all wrapped up. I wonder what it's going to be. I don't know. Curious, very curious. Okay, guys, that's it for part 1. I hope you had a nice time. I'm going to flip you back over to me, and thanks again. I hope you like revisiting this old style. I'm losing my voice. That's how little I've been doing videos lately. I've been so busy at work that I did one video. What is it? 40 minutes, and I'm losing my voice already. Okay, guys, I'm going to see you for part 2. Passing you back over. Take care, and let's do this again. Yeah, no, I admit it. You were right. It was really good. I mean, I started bawling like halfway through, and I couldn't stop. I mean, this thing is... Oh, hey, welcome back. Sorry, folks, got a little wrapped up there. Hope you enjoyed the haul. I know it was a little on the longer side, which is how I managed to get that movie in. But thanks for coming. Don't forget, part 2 of this haul is coming up in a few days or next week. I don't know. Whenever it gets up, it's up. But it will be before Christmas. Okay, guys, great to see you. I've missed you all. I hope to get into more of a regular routine this time and, keep it going. I can only do what I can do. Right? All right, guys. See you soon. Have a great holiday season. Have a great Hanukkah, a great Kwanzaa, a very Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you in part 2. Take care.